prices. Yellen said that gas prices are an enormous problem, it's an enormous burden on American households, and we need to do everything we can to address that. Yellen downplayed the inflationary impact of the stimulus package, pointing instead to the economy's miraculously rapid recovery. She stated the success of the policy adopted is that we have an economy with the strongest labor market, arguably in the post-war period. Yellen also fielded questions on ways the Biden administration is addressing the historically high inflation, in particular a review of some of the tariffs imposed by the former president. She said that lifting some of those tariffs could help bring down prices but cannot be viewed as a solution to help America's inflation problem. Some reductions may be warranted, Yellen told lawmakers. It could help to bring down the price of things that people buy that are burdensome. And I want to make it clear, I honestly don't think tariff policy is a way to respect inflation. Still, Yellen said that the Biden administration is reviewing its tariff policy, and changes may take place in the coming weeks, noting that officials are taking a look at tariffs that may be hurting consumers and whether they can reconfigure those tariffs in a way that would make it more strategic. According to a new poll, Biden's approval rating among Americans has hit an all-time low. The poll published found that 50% of those surveyed disapprove of Biden's performance, while 39% of respondents approve. 80% of respondents who are registered Republicans strongly disapprove of President Biden's job as president, and 30% of respondents who are registered Democrats approve of his handling. Overall, 80% of Democrats said they approve that Biden is doing a good job as president. And there has been tax rebates sent out to citizens in the state of Idaho, United States, with these being issued to those individuals who were full-year Idaho residents for 2020 and 2021, and filed income returns for those 2 years. When it comes to the money that Idaho that residents can receive, there is a $75 for each taxpayer and each dependent, or 12% of the 2020 taxes, whichever amount is bigger. That is what you will receive from the Idaho State Tax Commission. The way the Tax Commission is issuing the tax rebates is by setting them out in order that they have received individuals' 2021 income tax returns, beginning with
And even last month, 390,000 jobs and 600,000 new manufacturing jobs. They said manufacturing is dead in America. Look, folks, our unemployment rate is near historic lows, 3.7%. And millions of Americans are leaving. I love these guys talking about why these guy left my employment, went to another job. Because he got paid more. Isn't that awful? Isn't that a shame that they got to compete for labor? Better paying jobs. For better jobs for them and their families. It's been a long time since that's happened in this country. But it's happening now. And it's working. Since I took office with your help, families are carrying less debt nationwide. They have more savings nationwide. More Americans applied for new small businesses last year than ever before in American history. 5.4 million new small business applications. Jobs and companies are coming home again. We're making Buy American a reality, not just a slogan. I award no contracts from the federal government unless they can prove they bought it in America. And by the way, Republicans like to portray me as some kind of big spender. We have spent a lot of money. But let's compare the facts. Under my predecessor, the deficit exploded, rising every single year, and all the benefit going to the top 1%, basically. Under my plan, last year, we cut the deficit by $350 billion. Doing all this. You know, they talk about Biden wants to spend more on schools and all this. Guess what? He's going to create a deficit. Ladies and gentlemen, this year, by the end of the fiscal year, we will have cut the federal deficit by another $1.6 trillion in 1 year. 1 year. So when they come to you and talk about big spenders, let them know. Almost $2 trillion in deficit reduction. I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives.